Hello, so I'm just randomly browsing my OneNote and I saw this poetry that I created last October 16, 2015. And to be honest, right now it's almost 8 years later, and I don't really remember why I wrote this one. But from the name in itself, I think this is the time when I was still studying in college, and immaterial is related to my degree, which is accountancy. But yeah, I think let's just check like my thoughts right now that I'm refreshing this one and if I could relate in it or if I could still remember why I wrote this one. But what I'm sure about it's either I wrote this one because I lost on something or because my grade is quite low. So let's see. Small, that's what it is. Unnoticed, I would agree. No, it's not just me, but the word the thing we miss. Oh, yeah, I realize now. I think this is maybe, yeah. Oh, hmm. I think this is the time when I feel like my efforts are going to waste and it's quite unnoticed. In a sense that maybe this was the time when I'm trying to join international competitions, but I'm not winning anyway. Or I'm doing a lot of things and no one's really noticing. Like, remember when you're studying, like in college? So, for example, for me, I'm studying accountancy, and then even if I win writing competitions, no one will bat an eye, and that's not something that, like, your efforts are going to be unnoticed, or your efforts going to be sort of like wasted. Next one would be of nonsense parade of lifeless charade, the details never seen, the moment that's never been. I think the last line would be like an affirmation that during this time I didn't win anything. That's why the moment that's never been. Okay, and the next one is it's the sound of that cold white beach. It's the grass that was once a weed. It's the color that now have fade. It's the unimportant word there is. No value, this is true, for once you might never knew. The worthless fact there is, the immaterial poem of Miss. Hmm, yeah. Like my overall thought in this poetry is I think there are a lot of times when we put on a lot of effort to something and then the equivalent doesn't come out. So, for example, you worked hard to prepare for an examination, and then when your test paper comes back, it's not like commensurate to the effort that you put. So sometimes you just feel like the things that you're doing are quite worthless, or you feel like you're doing something wrong. And also, I think based from what I've read here, it feels like I'm being unnoticed in some aspects that people do not really appreciate. Like as I mentioned a while ago, since my degree was accountancy, even if I do certain things on science, certain things on writing, which I've actually joined during my college days, I think these are going to be unnoticed. And looking at the frustrated tone that I have here, maybe I really lost on some things. Anyway, it's just my thoughts. I don't really remember why I write this one, but I think the key takeaway that I wanted to tell is let's not try to underscore our efforts. So even if we win, even if we lose, or even if our expectations do not meet the reality. Let's all pat ourselves in the back if we, as long as we know that we've done our best or we have exerted enough effort to execute something. So do not feel immaterial, do not feel small if things won't go your way. And I just hope that we keep on trying. This is also like a reminder for myself that there are a lot of phases in my life when I felt that I'm immaterial, or I felt really, really down. And yeah, since we're trying to become better every day, I think let's help shift our mindset into thinking that all of the efforts that we are doing, whether or not they would gain success, are efforts that will build up our personality, are efforts that will build up our life. So we may not be seeing the bigger picture right now, but I hope in the future we will. So anyway, those are just my thoughts. Thank you very much for watching and listening.